You found it. Your home for the best content on your favorite team, the Fighting Tigers of LSU. Do us a favor, subscribe to the channel, leave your comments below, and be sure to smash that like button. All right, football Tigers are back out on the practice field on Tuesday, the first full pad practice so far of fall camp. And they were, as Brian Kelly said they would be, in a full contact, full tackle scrimmage period to end practice. I'll do things a little bit differently today. Normally I kind of go sequentially through practice. What I want to do is start with the play-by-play from the 11 on 11. This is how so I'm going to start with the end. This is how they finished practice. They were outdoors. It was about a 2-hour workout. It was hot. They were full pads. You know, they played some 7-on-7. They had some pass rush drills, did some special teams, beat up on each other a little bit, and then wrapped up the practice with a full contact, full tackle scrimmage at the end. Now, I say scrimmage because it was a true down and distance. This wasn't situational where it's like, all right, you're just working on 1st and 10 or 2nd and 5. This was offense, take the ball at the 20, see if you can put a drive together. This is how it went. And you will notice a theme. I will go through the play-by-play, and you will notice a theme. So by the way, the first defense was, and I'm looking at my handy little notebook. This is what I keep my notes in for those if you're watching. I bought it at Walgreens. It's a little notebook. Your defensive line, your ends were Pyburn and Relaford. Your tackles were Dom McKinley and Bernard Gooden. Your starting linebackers were the Weeks brothers. Mansour Delane and Ashton Stamps were your corners. Harold Perkins was the star. And then Tamarcus Cooley and Jordan Gilbert were the starting safeties. That was your first defense. This was the sequence. First down. Nuss pressured scrambles for 5 yards. By the way, Gabe Relaford was offsides. Free play, so it's 1st and 5. Handoff to Caden Durham for 4 yards. Tackle made by Jack Pyburn. Pretty good start. 2nd and 1, right? Yeah, good start. Bernard Gooden. 2-yard tackle for loss. Now it's 3rd and 3. Sack, drive over. Oh, they were just getting started defensively. So it's 1st and 10 again. They move the ball back. 1st and 10 again for the offense. This time Harlan Berry's in with the ones. By the way, Harlan Berry jumped Caleb Jackson today and was the first back after Caden Durham. I don't know that I read much into that. Just giving him reps. Handoff to Harlan Berry. Dom McKinley. 2-yard TFL. 2nd and 12. They got Trey'Dez Green over the middle. Nuss puts it on him. Boom. Jordan Gilbert dislodges the football. 3rd and 12. Jack Pyburn, sack, drive over. The defense was active and disruptive today. So they send the 2s out there. This is your second team defense. By the way, this is illustrative of why I think LSU's defense is going to be much better. This was the second defense, okay? Your tackles were Jacobian Guillory and Ahmad Bro. Guillory's a 6-year player. Bro was a really good contributor for you a year ago. Your ends were Jamari Butler, a 6-year player, and Patrick Payton. Maybe you're the best defensive end you brought in via the portal. Your linebackers were Tylen Singleton, Devon Keys. Your star was Charles Ross. Your corners were DJ Pickett and PJ Woodland. And your safeties were Deshaun Spears, a 5-star, and AJ Halsey, one of your best transfers. That was your second team defense. You want to know why the defense is wrecking things right now? Because things like that. Here you go. Here's the second offensive series. 1st and 10, they handed to Caleb Jackson for a 4-yard gain. 2nd and 6. Xavier Thomas, out of the running back spot, takes a handoff for a 1-yard loss. There was nothing up the middle. He bounced it outside. DJ Pickett made the tackle around the end. Really nice play by Pickett. So it's 3rd and 7. Pass intended for Barry and Brown, who was open. By the way, Van Buren was the quarterback here. Open, and PJ Woodland comes up with the pass breakup. 3 and out. So they move it back, start over, 1st and 10. This time, JT Lindsey, the other freshman, gets in there, takes a handoff, straight up the gut for 10 yards. First down for any of the offensive series so far. So it's 1st and 10. Handed off to JT Lindsey again for 2 yards, so it's 2nd and 8. Michael Van Buren's pressured. He scrambles for 1 yard. It's 3rd and 7. Tylen Singleton blitzes and sacks Michael Van Buren, drive over. So the ones go back out there. It's 1st and 10. Jack Pyburn, 5-yard TFL on a handoff to Caden Durham. 2nd and 15. They check down to Caden Durham because Nuss was being pressured. He gets a 1-yard gain. 3rd and 14. This was the best play. 3rd and 14, Nuss has a clean pocket, fires over the middle for 19 yards to Kyle Parker for a first down. The next play, they ran a counter to Caden Durham, right side, 45-yard touchdown. Overall, this has been illustrative of what we've seen so far in these team periods. And by the way, on the 45-yard touchdown, Jordan Gilbert missed a tackle. He was the only guy who had a shot at Durham. Durham broke the tackle and scored. The defense is overwhelming the offense. The front seven. The defensive front seven is overwhelming the offense. But the offense is so explosive that they still make plays. Earlier in practice, they ran an 11-on-11 period. That was situational. It was all 1st and 10. Like they've done some 2nd and 5, 2nd and 10. It was all 1st and 10. When they went 11-on-11 earlier, first play, Durham got stuffed. Second play, Nuss scrambles to the right, intended for Bauer Sharp. Harold Perkins was blanketed all over Bauer Sharp, incomplete. Third down, or the third play, 5-yard run by Durham. Then Harlan Berry had back-to-back runs for 3 yards and 4 yards. And on the 6th play with the ones, he's got Nuss has Chris Hilton open deep in the end zone. Nuss pressured, underthrows it. It's incomplete. Like Hilton had to kind of fall to the ground coming back toward the ball, bounce off his hands. He missed it. They've hit a lot of those big plays at the end of drives. But if you look at a 6-play offensive sequence, 5 plays goes to the defense. The 1 big play is what the offense come up with. I know the feeling right now for a lot of people. And by the way, that was one of the things Brian Kelly was asked after the scrimmage. He was asked kind of about the offensive line and the defensive line, about how the offensive line kind of got overwhelmed today. And play number 2, this is what Brian Kelly said.
When we go into these scrimmage situations, I'm much more interested in the evaluation, not the congratulations. This is evaluating what are the things on our football team that we need to get better at individually, collectively, as a unit, offense and defensively. I'm not looking for guys getting patted on the back saying, well, what a great scrimmage. It's one. I want to be able to evaluate. And today, for me, is a great evaluation day.
He said a lot there without saying a whole lot about what we saw, which was the offense it was just like a tidal wave of the defense, the guys in purple just overwhelming the guys in white. Here's my takeaway, okay? And I've been out to every practice they've allowed us to watch. I've seen every minute of everything they've allowed us to watch so far. 6 practices, they've given us availability to 5 of them. I've been out there for all of it. I go out and I watch the offensive line do one-on-one pass rush drills against the defense, and the offensive line more than holds their own. Watch Tyree Adams stonewall Jack Pyburn twice today in one-on-ones. They got talent on the offensive line. Like, I will be bullish in that stance. Like, Braylon Moore is awesome. Like, he is so quick with his hands, and it's the hardest thing to do is to snap the football and get your hands up simultaneously, and he's so good at it. It's just a night and day improvement from a year ago with DJ Chester. They've got dudes. Now, Josh Thompson can't block Bernard Gooden, but nobody has been able to block Bernard Gooden, quite honestly, so far. Josh Thompson's done very well otherwise. All that to say, I know that offensive line has dudes that have played a lot of football and are very talented. They just haven't played a lot of football together. And Blake Baker right now has waves of dudes that are going to be NFL draft picks. Like, this is why I'm less concerned about the offense and more bullish on the defense. Like, Jack Pyburn is going to be picked in the NFL. Bernard Gooden's going to be picked in the NFL. Dom McKinley, Gabe Relaford, Patrick Payton, Jamari Butler, Ahmad Bro, Jacobian Guillory. That's your 2 deep on the defensive line. Those are all guys that are going to be NFL draft picks. All of them. And they're all veteran. The youngest guy among all the ones I just mentioned is Ahmad Bro, who's a sophomore. Like, all those other guys are veteran dudes. 4th, 5th-year guys. One's a 6-year guy. You have veteran talented dudes all over your defensive front. And you have 5 offensive linemen that have played together for 1 week in their current positions. The onus is on Brad Davis, certainly Joe Sloan. I would throw Alex Atkins in there as well as the run game coordinator, also the tight ends coach who's working in tandem with a lot of these guys. To get these 5 to play as one. You got 3 weeks to do it. You got 21 practices. You got 21 camp practices before you get into game week for Clemson. You got 21 practices, 6 down, to get these 5 very talented dudes to play together as one. They do that, I think you're going to be really good. I also think that LSU defensive front is going to overwhelm a lot of people because they are deep and they are talented and they are experienced. And they showed it today. Hey, thanks so much for watching. Please leave your comments. I love to interact. And be sure to hit the red subscribe button below.